Hello, Crime Analyst Nation. How's your weekend going? Today's video is going to be a top 10 video about serial murderers. Number 10 is the son of Sam killer, claimed to be tortured by demons who spoke to him in the form of howling dogs in the neighborhood he lived in. In 1976, the son of Sam killer killed his first victim, which is going to be the first one of 6 victims that he had all together, all of whom were shot without a reason behind it, and would not stop until his arrest in 1977. He received a 365-year sentence for his actions. His age right now is 64. His birthplace was New York City, New York, United States of America. Number 9 is the double initial murders. The perpetrator of the double initial murders was Joseph Nossel. That occurred in Catherine's Bay area between 1977 and 1994. In this time period, Nossel murdered 4 women with alternative names. The first name would start with the same letter as the last name, and dispose of their bodies in sparsely trafficked areas. He is also suspected of perpetrating the alphabet murders in Rochester, New York. In the early 1970s, where 3 young girls with the same kind of names were slain and disposed of in rural and wooded areas. His age is 84. His birthplace was Rochester, New York. Number 8. The co-ed killer. Claimed 10 victims before surrendering to the police in 1973. The co-ed killer was confined to a juvenile facility after killing his grandparents at age 15, and carried on his killings after being released. In 1972 and 1973, the co-ed killer killed his mother and a friend, as well as 6 female college students who he mutilated and had sex with after their deaths. Kempler is currently serving a life sentence in general population in California jail. Age 69, birthplace Burbank, California. Number 7. The Boston Strangler. Claimed the lives of 13 women, mostly by strangulation and always involving sexual assault. In late 1964, Albert DeSalvo was arrested for the rape of a woman, one of over 300 supposed victims, and fingered as the strangler while incarcerated. He confessed to the murders and was never convicted, and died from a prison stabbing in 1973 while serving a life term for the rape charges. He died at the age of 42. He was from Chelsea, Boston, Massachusetts. Next is the Night Stalker, which is number 6. Went on a killing spree in Los Angeles area that claimed the lives of at least 13 and as many as 16 in a spree that included shootings, mutilations, and rapes of his actual intended and intended victims. He was caught in East LA after his mugshot was broadcast across Southern California and was accosted by a mob in the process of attempting to steal a car. He was tried and convicted and died at 53, awaiting execution at San Quentin Prison. He died at the age of 53. Birthplace was El Paso, Texas. Number 5 is Jeffrey Dahmer. Killed 17 men in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, before escape of his would-be 18th victim led to his capture. Dahmer is perhaps best known as dismembering and consuming parts of his victims, many of which were found in his apartment at the time of his arrest. Dahmer died in prison as a result of a work detail beating in 1994. He died at the age of 34. His birthplace was West Allis, Wisconsin. Number 4. Dr. H.H. Holmes confessed to 27 murders and is believed to have killed as many as 200 during the time period surrounding the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago. Holmes ran a hotel equipped for killing, outfitted with gas lines into gas rooms, giant furnaces, lime and acid pits, and large vaults, and would torture, suffocate, and strangle his victims before disposing of them in the facility. Holmes was apprehended in Boston in 1894 and died by hanging in Philadelphia in 1896. Died at age 35. His birthplace was Gilmanton, New Hampshire. Number 3 is Ted Bundy. Embarked on a 5-year killing spree in 1974 that would not end until his capture in 1979. Bundy confessed to 30 murders on his arrest, though authorities believe the actual death toll around 100. He was executed by electrocution in 1989. Died at age 43. Birthplace Burlington, Vermont. John Wayne Gacy, known as the Kill Clown, raped, tortured, and murdered at least 33 boys, hidden in the crawl space of his house, and admitted to have killing more men, which he disposed of in the river. He was executed by lethal injection in 1994. Age of death is 52. Birthplace Chicago, Illinois. We're coming up to number 1. One of the most famous serial killers. Gary Ridgway, known as the Green River Killer. Over the course of nearly 20 years, Gary Ridgway, known as the Green River Killer, terrorized the area surrounding the Green River in Washington, King County, where he would lure, kill, and dispose of at least 49 victims before capture in 2001. While the number of confirmed deaths numbers in 49, Ridgway confessed killing as many as 71 women in his interviews after capture. He is currently serving 480-year in the Washington prison without the possibility of parole. His current age is 69. His birthplace was Salt Lake City, Utah. I only chose the serial killers that have been caught. I'm going to make a separate video for serial killers who have not been caught. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below about feedback on my video, how I can make it better. I hope you guys have a fun weekend and stay safe. This is Crime Outlaws Nation, and I'm out.